This episode is brought to you by Mortgage Workflow Partners and the Mastering Encompass series, both for users as well as administrators. You can find out all the information about it over at masteringencompass.com. Also, if you'd like to check out what we're doing on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel using the @MasteringEncompass handle. And make sure you stay up to date on all the information, not just with podcasts, but also video content that we bring to you as often as possible. Now let's get on to the episode. Hey everybody, Larry Bailey here with Mortgage Workflow Partners, bringing you another weekly market update. This is for the week of April 21st, 2025 in review. Home sales showed mixed results for new and existing properties in March, while the Federal Reserve's latest Beige Book highlights new trade policy uncertainty. This is all affecting businesses nationwide, of course. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We've got existing new home sales falling below expectations, followed up by new home sales climbing in March. We've got, quote, pervasive, close quote, uncertainty clouds economic outlook, according to the Fed's report. We've got jobless claims, show business caution. We've got a family hack of the week. And of course, we're going to talk about what to look for the rest of this week. Before we get started, if you're listening to me on podcasts, thank you very much. Head over to masteringенcompass.com to check out the full video. You're going to want to see some of this stuff on screen. Let's get into these stories. First one. Existing home sales fall below expectations. We've got some information on here. March's existing home closings disappointed, dropping 5.9% from February, nearly double the forecasted 3% decline. All regions saw decreases, with the West experiencing the largest drop, partly due to California wildfires delaying some closings. These figures likely represent transactions started in January and February when mortgage rates were higher. The bottom line in this story, gang, is while inventory increased to 1.33 million units, which is up 8.1% month over month, and 19.8%, that's a huge jump year over year. The context is crucial, of course. Current inventory levels remain a 30-year low, significantly below pre-pandemic levels, and for almost 3 million units less than during the housing bubble period. This persistent supply shortage, combined with pent-up buyer demand, is a good sign for continued home appreciation, and we'll wait and see what people can actually afford, of course. This next story is new home sales climbing in March. We've got, again, some information on here. We see this little uptick. We've got new home contracts increased for the second consecutive month in March, rising 7.4% from February. This growth exceeded market forecasts, fueled primarily by strong contract activity in the southern region. Year-over-year sales showed a 6% increase. While the median home price fell 1.9% to $403,600 from February. This does not indicate that home values are declining nationwide. Rather, the median price, remember, that represents the middle point of all homes sold. It just shifted due to more sales occurring in the South's relatively less expensive market, even as home prices continue rising across the country. What's the bottom line here? While the limited existing home inventory has redirected some buyers to new construction, supply still lags buyer interest. Of the 503,000 new homes available at the end of March, only 119,000 were actually completed, with the remainder either under constructed or not yet started. This next story is pervasive uncertainty clouds economic outlook, according to the Fed. So the Fed's latest Beige Book indicates economic activity has remained stable since the previous report, but uncertainty about international trade policy, of course, is pervasive across all regions. Key findings include strong auto sales as consumers purchased ahead of tariffs, while the non-auto spending declined. Both domestic and international tourism dropped, potentially signaling trouble for the travel sector. We'll see. Many businesses also delayed hiring due to tariff concerns. Economic decline reports doubled from 2 to 4 districts since the last assessment, and we see price increases were widespread, with, of course, businesses expecting tariff-driven cost increases. Got to stay in business, so you got to raise prices somewhere. Bottom line, of course, is the Beige Book, published 8 times yearly before the Fed's open market committee meetings, offers qualitative insights from all 12 Federal Reserve districts. This report, the first reflecting recently implemented broad tariffs, mentioned tariffs 107 times, more than double the previous report. This highlights how trade uncertainty dominates economic concerns. Duh. Next story, jobless claims show business caution. Weekly jobless claims edged up by 6,000 to 222,000, though they remain at historically low levels. Meanwhile, continuing unemployment claims dropped by 37,000 to 1.841 million. Bottom line here is while new unemployment filings have stayed relatively low lately, continuing claims have consistently exceeded 1.8 million since last June. It's June 2024. This suggests unemployed workers are taking longer to find new positions and companies are hiring more slowly as businesses maintain a cautious wait-and-see approach amid economic uncertainty and tariff concerns. Family Hack of the Week. We've got April 30th marking the National Raisin Day and National Oatmeal Cookie Day. I think I remember this from last year. Check out this recipe on the screen. You can see this whole thing on masteringencompass.com. If you're looking for oatmeal raisins with especially oatmeal cookies, especially with raisins, check out this recipe. I'm sure it won't disappoint. Thanks very much to the Food Network for providing this recipe. Here's what we're looking for this week. We've got a very busy calendar, including more housing data with appreciation figures on Tuesday, pending home sales on Wednesday. Wednesday also brings two critical reports on the economy. You've got the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation metric, your favorite, my favorite, personal consumption expenditures. That's the index. And that's the first also reading for the first quarter GDP for 2025. There's also a full slate of labor market news with updates on job openings on Tuesday, private payrolls on Wednesday, unemployment claims Thursday, and non-farm payrolls on and the unemployment rate on Friday. Not to mention, we've got stuff happening, of course, with tariffs, Canadian elections, the war in Ukraine and Russia, and God knows what else is going to happen this week. Guys, stay vigilant, stay good. If you ever need any help with Encompass, at least I know you can get that reliably over at masteringencompass.com. My name's Larry Bailey. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.